Hi guys, welcome back. Hey. So let's get into this. We're going to take a quick peek at a today's topic message for both the 19th and for the 20th. All right. So first off, what is the message for the 19th? We have a Four of Swords in the reverse. Healing might be complete. It could be that somebody has gained clarity, that their energy is more balanced. This could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This looks like somebody's ready to talk. Somebody's ready to, reconnect. We have a Three of Cups, which is, I don't want to be in silence anymore. I'm ready to, reintegrate myself into the fold. I want to, sit down and have conversation. I feel like these are things I can talk about again, but this feels joyful. This feels nice. We have Knight of Wands. We have the World in the reverse, and we have a Four of Wands. You know what? If there was a relationship, let's say this is two people that, because I feel like this is a specific message on the 19th for characters already have a lover's bond. And if there had been, hurt, pain, awkwardness, and sometimes, just because we have a wonderful, supportive partner, other things in life hurt us. Not everything that we get upset over has anything to do with our partner. It could have to do with, our job, made us sad. We're sad about, a family member related thing. And it's just like, sometimes we have to withdraw and we have to have a patient partner who's like, I get it. You gotta take care of you right now, rest, get some more sleep, deal with the grieving process. But now it kind of looks like somebody's grieving process is, if not coming to a close, let me put it this way, there's been a lot of progress and a lot of healing, a lot of soothed energy. And now it's like, oh my gosh, I feel so much brighter. I feel so much better. I feel like, honestly, I feel like I'm falling in love again with my partner. I feel like I'm maybe even more grateful. Like my partner, we didn't lose anything. My partner was, compassionate and understanding, and God, I'm more attracted to them than ever. I really feel like a bond could be not only like reconnected, but deepened. And it's like, wow, I really picked the right partner because I had a really tough time. This person was patient with me. Now that I'm, able to reconnect with them, now I'm like all about it. I want to be, passionately involved with them. I don't know, it almost feels like a couple could be going out on a really lovely date or something. It's, oh God, I think it's Crystal Gale who sings I Fell in Love Again Last Night. You keep doing everything just right. And it kind of feels like that might be the song for this. The relationship was never over. The World card in the reverse. This isn't them starting a new chapter or a new cycle. This is simply the patience and the bond building, and knowing that all relationships have moments, where even if we're great together, our partner still may need a chance to like go through the emotions that they're going through because of other things in life. And it's just that comfort zone and not pressing and giving, a partner the space and the support that they need and the patience that they need. And it feels like somebody did that for somebody that they love. And God, this feels like so much gratitude. Like, because I'm hearing that song, you didn't have to hold me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. Um, I'm hearing the version by the Commitments in my head right now. But it just feels like, wow, I feel like the person who gave support is going to feel particularly heroic. Like, I made my partner so happy with me. They were so pleased that I was patient with them, and now it's like they're turning all of their attention on me. They are crazy, passionate about me. They're crazy in love with me. That feels so good. I feel like both people feel supported, feel loved, feel seen. And now, especially if there was a time of like silence or a little bit of, distance while there was some kind of healing going on, now's the time to reconnect. So I really feel like we may have a fire sign, we may have a Capricorn, that are quite head over heels in love with each other. But in all honesty, we do have air signs, water signs, fire signs. Everything is pretty much represented here, except not too much earth, except on that world card with the Capricorn. So a little bit more emphasis on fire signs in this storyline, and just a smidge of water. But it really feels like maybe a Capricorn, possibly divine feminine, is like more in love with their fire sign partner than ever, because they were there for her in the way they needed her to be. But I also think that they're going to feel like $1,000,000 to like have the love offer received, and to like, they do want to feel like they're wanted. And I feel like that's perfect. I feel like these two very much want one another. They want to be together. This just feels really sweet. This feels really kind. This feels really just wholesome, and like two people are falling in love again. So very, very nice energy on that. All right. Next up, let's go ahead and go for the message for the 20th. Message for the 20th. What do we have? We've got a 5 of Wands. This could start us out with somebody who's got, stress around them, maybe quite a lot of stress. The 5 of Wands. We've got the Fool in the reverse. This is 5 of Wands is where somebody's thinking and going round and round in their mind. I mean, maybe somebody's like, oh man, the game didn't pan out as planned. But this actually looks like good sportsmanship, right? They're in different jerseys, but it's like we're friends even if we're on opposite sides of this. Only one team can win, but man, you're a great player and I respect you. But this feels like two people are either on opposite sides of something, and it doesn't look like they can bridge the gap right now. Not for lack of wanting to, though. It just looks like maybe now is not the time for two people to be able to be together. 4 of Swords is in the reverse, though. I'm wondering if there's going to be some like meaningful but difficult and important conversation. Yeah, we definitely have somebody over here in the Hermit energy. So I'm going to say we may have a feminine, possibly Virgo, who's either missing a partner, or it feels like this could be a long distance relationship on the 20th that we're approaching or talking about. We do also possibly have some Aries energy here, but we have two people that I think would like to bridge the gap, but they either cannot right now, or neither one knows how to open up the dialogue. So nobody's doing anything, even though I feel like they both think about each other. I feel like these are two people who have warm emotions for each other, but they don't know. It's like, I would talk to you. It's not like I'm mad at you, but I don't know how to open up that first bit of dialogue to say, hey, do you want to talk? I would want to talk to you. Yeah, 7 of Wands is sideways. This is how we overcome struggles. And I feel like two people are thinking along the same lines. I wish that we could open up dialogue, because I'm not mad, but I don't know how to begin a conversation with you because we've been at opposite sides for so long. Somebody's birthday could be coming up. Leo season is kind of our next fire season coming up. And then after that, Sag, and then eventually Aries will come back around. But I'm just wondering if there's maybe the possibility of, could I reach out around a birthday to say happy birthday? She may be thinking or wondering, I wonder if they'll reach out to me on my birthday. That could be in about 3 weeks for her. We have the Sun, strong Leo energy. I think she's admitting that would make me really happy. Now, she could be a Virgo Leo cusper, because we had Virgo, then we ended up on Leo. Let me just ask, do we have somebody who is thinking about reaching out to her? Because it looks like she's thinking that would be the perfect opportunity. 6 of Wands. They may be saying that's exactly what my plan is. I came to the same, this is what I can do. I can say happy birthday. Justice in the reverses could be a Libra who wants to start talking to either a Virgo or a Leo, and they may be saying, I think it would set it right. Maybe it's even that, if one person said happy birthday to one once upon a time, and now it's like, okay, I can, because they did that to me once, then maybe I can do that to them as well. It wouldn't be like out of bounds. And that's what my grand plan has been. Like, I could reach out to say happy birthday. Now, it could, of course, be somebody who's like, I hope that they reach out to me to say happy birthday. Wouldn't that be a great opportunity? I think it's a two-way street. So let's just say, for the sake of keeping the characters straight, that a Libra has come up with this idea, this great plan where they're like, I'm going to reach out to her. Her birthday is coming up. I'm going to say happy birthday. Or it doesn't have to be her birthday, but somebody's birthday. It could be like, I know it's your Nana's birthday. I know it's, you're probably celebrating so-and-so's birthday. I can tell. I just know that I need to say happy birthday to you. We get the moon in the reverse. Moon in the reverse is like, then it won't be weird. I'll have an excuse, and it won't be weird to you, and it won't be weird to me, because everybody expects somebody to reach out to say happy birthday. That's just common courtesy. It's not even about like, I mean, yes, you can read a lot more into it, right? Because I mean, obviously it's an icebreaker where nobody has to feel awkward or say, what are you writing me for? It's like, well, I'm writing you to say happy birthday. But let's be honest, who do we wish happy birthday to? People that we care about, people that we like. So it could be an expression that obviously I'm thinking of you. Now that could send a lot of mixed signals if our intentions are not to say I'm thinking of you because, I have romantic love for you, or I'm thinking of you because I have, I still feel bonded to you, or, this can open up dialogue. But with that in mind, there also needs to be like an explanation of what my dialogue means. So on the 20th of July, that's not when somebody's reaching out. That's when this plan is kind of being hatched of, I don't know how to open up dialogue with them. And I'm mulling over it, wondering how would I do this? Because I'd like to talk to them, but it's so awkward. And then I think it maybe hits both of them at about the same time. Like, I wonder if around a celebratory time I could reach out. Now, it does seem like the Libra person is the one with the plan. I'd like to reach out. Tell me about that person. The High Priestess. They have wanted to reach out for a very long time. And intuitively, I think that they're saying, she wants to hear from me too. I believe that, even though nothing's been said so clear, but I believe that this is right. I believe that I am sensing that this is a good time for me to reach out. Four of Cups now is just like the waiting. I got to wait till the right day to reach out. It's a little silly, but that's just my opinion, because, what are we waiting for? Who's in charge of us? Who's in charge of, our hearts and, our intentions of when we should say something kind to somebody and when we should let somebody know that we care about them? Maybe shouldn't that always be an everyday thing? But let's see. Universe says Ace of Wands. The universe is like, well, the door will stay closed until you knock on the door. But if your Ace of Wands is your heart admitting what it wants, we obviously, I'm feeling like, so my blue healer, like if I'm ever on the other side of a door, and this is talking even like a sliding glass door, if he's on one side and I'm on the other side, he's sitting there intently staring out the door at me, because we should not be on other sides of a glass partition in his mind. Where mommy goes, Aries goes. And Aries does not like it if I'm on the other side, or we're not in the same physical space together, then his eyes don't leave me. His eyes don't stop tracking. And if I ever have to like leave him, like I had to go to the dentist one day and he couldn't come. And so I had to leave him to be babysat by a family member. And he was still exactly where I left him when I came back on this side, other side of that door, glass door, waiting for when mom comes back, and it's just like, I have this image in my mind of my heart is waiting. It's like I got my nose pressed against the glass and I'm waiting for that moment. Even here it says waiting for that moment. The universe is like, we get it. We get it. That's what your heart wants. That's what your heart's waiting on. You're going to keep waiting until that moment. 3 of Wands, King of Wands. You know, the universe is kind of saying not everything is mapped out oh so perfect, because she could wind up, something could change in her life. We have a lot of different ways her life could go. It does say that this King of Wands is getting more and more sure, though, that they're going to reach out. Now, I'm going to say that this is probably our Libra person, because it's our Libra person who says, I've come up with this grand plan. I can reach out on their birthday. I know that's what I should do. I know this is right. And I'm just so bummed and bored waiting for that to come around. But the universe here says, so you're sitting there with your nose, you know, to the edge of the door saying, I want what's on the other side of that door. I want to be able to reach out, but I have to wait until the time comes. It's the second time we've seen that 3 of Wands. The other time was on the card that had the little happy birthday. So yes, it is definitely her birthday that's coming in this storyline, or someone's, you know, birthday. It doesn't have to be hers specifically, but maybe she's going to go travel for somebody's birthday. Maybe she's going to go travel for her own. She might be out of Dodge. She might be someplace far away. The universe is just like, look, she's at an airport with all these different flights. So I'm just saying the universe says, well, a lot of things could happen between now and then, but they seem to be very determined. This will be my opportunity, my grand opportunity to reconcile with her. Universe, do you have any other message on this about this plan? Is this a good plan, bad plan? 5 of Swords. The universe says, this building something up in one's head as to how great it's all going to be, this could actually still be quite the blow up if it's not handled well. If they're getting more and more convinced, I'm going to show up, it's going to be great, and they're actually getting arrogant about this, and they've planned out the way this is going to go, the universe is just saying, if there's an expectation that simply reaching out is definitely going to be and then we're going to reconcile, don't just know things can go wrong. Being too certain about something or cocky could be a problem. So I don't know why the universe is giving that little heads up, but it's like, whoa, careful now. It's great to want an awesome outcome, but it has to be handled with great care, not assumptions that I'll just do this and then I'll get what I want. So I don't know. The universe is just gently saying, wow, careful. Okay, one card for somebody whose birthday is on the 19th. We have got the Chariot sideways. This is the message about in the upcoming year, be both a magnet and draw wonderful things toward you, and also be the action taker that goes out to get the things that we want in life. Make it a 50-50 blend, with our emotions, decide what we want to give and also be willing to receive. And I think this will be a much more balanced year, which is fantastic. I love that. And then let's get a message for somebody whose birthday is on the 20th. We have got Hierophant. It's a really good year for dreams. This is the white buffalo woman from the Lakota nation, very associated with dreams. This says somebody has more powerful convictions. This could be a year where somebody is like following their dreams, following their heart and their intuition to the things that they really feel like they can sign their name to. It could be a year of marriage. It could be the year that somebody like signs big contracts in their life. But again, only if it fulfills their dreams. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.